I don't know if you have ever been in a situation when there is this individual or a family that seems to make it their business to mock you because of endless misfortune. Your family could have gone through so much. We are talking about the death of a loved one. We're talking about being affected because of a natural disaster. We're talking about any form of misfortune that you can ever imagine. This family or these individuals are always making it their business to mock you. They're making it their business so that you can feel the extreme pain that comes along with these endless misfortunes. Yeah. I don't know if you can ever imagine that. I don't know if you have ever fallen victim of that situation when somebody makes it their business to hate on you, to make it impossible for you to feel any peace because of all these misfortunes. And now you have lost a loved one. Someone that was dear to you, someone that has been so important in your family. You're expecting the same thing to happen or that has happened over and over again. You look out the window, you notice that these individuals are knocking at your door. And you're thinking, should I even open for them? Is it even worth it to welcome them into my house? What are they doing here? Is it not enough that they have laughed or they have spat in your face multiple times, and now they want to take the front seat just so they can see you in pain? Imagine that scenario. Imagine that scenario. Everyone around the village is feeling the impact of this loved one that you have just lost. Maybe you have not lost this loved one. He's hospitalized. Let me just, walk it back a little bit. Your loved one is battling for his life in the hospital after a very horrible accident. It's all over the news. Everyone knows it's a matter of life and death. This could paint the best picture, I guess, in regards to this story. The Human Rights Commission. Yeah, we're talking about the Uganda Human Rights Commission. It has come out with a statement in regards to the recent turn of events. Bobi Wine top security, head of security, Eddie Mutwe, was abducted. The first son took responsibility of this by stating that, well, I have your security personnel. I have your bodyguard. He's in my basement. And he followed it up with sharing pictures of a tortured man who he has totally disgraced, cut off his beard. Everyone knows that this is his signature look. He has cut them off. He has beaten him up. He looks so lost, purely disgraced. We are talking about an individual that has not been charged of any crime but has been beaten up. This has been the recurring theme in our country. Members of the People Power Movement, National Unity Platform, supporters of Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, popularly known as Bobi Wine, have felt the wrath of a tyrant, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and now his son has entered the chat. And ever since he entered the chat, we have seen so many victims of his, some of whom have disappeared without a trace, like John Bosco Kibalama, and many political prisoners that have been beaten up. Now, this time, and all these things happened, all these abductions have happened with the Uganda Human Rights Commission looking the other way. Not this time. They've come up with a statement. The Republic of Uganda Human Rights, Kampala. Release order. They have released an order. Under Article 53, Section 2A of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and Rule 31 of the Uganda Human Rights Commission Procedure Rules, to Chief of Defense Forces, Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, They address it to him, the Chief of Defense Forces. Whereas Edward Rogers Sevufu, also known as Eddie Mutwe, has been in your custody since 26th April 2025. And whereas the commission is satisfied that he is being unlawfully detained or restricted, this is to direct you to cause the immediate release of Edward Rogers Sevufu from your custody, failure of which you may be liable for contempt under the Article 53, Section 1D of the Constitution. Dated Kampala, this 2nd day of May 2025, and signed off by Honorable Mariam Wangadya, Chairperson of the Human Rights Commission. This has never happened. We are living in unprecedented times. What is happening with the Uganda Human Rights Commission? These individuals have operated through all this storm, like that neighbor, that person, that family that I've told you about that has made it a business to mock you every time you're faced with misfortune. We have seen Olivia Lutaya, who became like the face of political prisoners, a mother of very young kids who was detained for close to 4 years and forced to admit to crimes that she never had any idea of. And many that refused to follow suit are still in custody without any evidence that they are really terrorists. Their crime, wearing red beret and red overalls. The military insists that this is the monopoly of the military. Despite it being so obvious that nowhere within the armed forces of Uganda, the UPDF, do they have any red uniform and with similar red-colored beret. All this time, all these tortures, the violent crackdowns of protesters who are peacefully raising issues of injustice and corruption and are demanding better governance, the Uganda Human Rights Commission has been looking the other way. Why this time? And let's see what Ugandans are actually saying about this. So many have already quote tweeted it. One says, "Thank you." Another one says, "Regardless whether this is honored or not, I applaud the Uganda Human Rights Commission for taking this brave step to ensuring the freedom of Eddie." Well, I can't wait for the CDF's response to this. People know that this man is going to mock this later. He's going to make a mockery out of it. Yeah, someone is posing a question that has been bothering me after seeing this later. What about others who are still detained? Do their lives matter as well? Well done. Rule of law is supreme. Well, some people are applauding. Let's see whether there is any sort of power of institutions and respect for them anymore. Yeah, this is a very important comment on this statement, because you see, in this government, the tyrant Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, there are no institutions that still operating their absolute power. Guys, this video, you're watching the Uganda Awakening, and I'm yours truly, Omofirika Andrew. I would like you to subscribe if you like this content. I would like you to share and comment on this video, because this helps so much to get this message out to as many people out there. This channel exists to highlight the awakening of so many Ugandans that have been sidelined from the most important conversations in the political spectrum of Uganda. Yes, I am here to just highlight this. I know Ugandans, for the most part, have been left in the dark regarding many of these important issues, and there is no actual democracy if the people are not civically engaged, if the people are not seeking out knowledge that is very, very important to effect the sort of change that is so important for the progress of our country, Uganda. Unfortunately, it comes at a very, very high cost. Like you've already seen, many individuals are whisked away in moving vehicles and are violently abducted and tortured in safe houses or held in military court without any evidence, simply because their political opinions do not align with the selfish ambition of the national resistance movement. Like, many have already branded this particular party as the National Robbers Movement. So for this, I would like you to let me know what you think about this video. Until next time, if you like this video, I'm sure you will like the other one that I've talked about, Eddie Mutwe, and the attitude of the first son, who is also the CDF. Yeah, the commander of the military forces in Uganda. That's right. Let me know what you think. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.